Uh-oh. Hey, you guys. Hold on. We're going to get into this topic. I'm here to talk about mannerisms, etiquette, and chivalry, but primarily chivalry as I'm chewing and talking with my mouth open. My grandma would be so upset. I was eating Ritz, just taking a break from Cammie to come here and talk about something that I've been wanting to talk about. And I think this is what now pumped me to talk about it, or inspired me to talk about it. I was just watching a live broadcast of a hostess who had in her prompt that said, "Is chivalry unalived or I'll call it ghost," because I don't really like how that flows, you know how that says. But she was saying basically in her prompt, is chivalry still alive, or are men lazy? And to me, I'm going to just, again, like I said, I've been wanting to talk about it because I literally just 2 days ago was on the phone with a man, a BLK man, because I think that's what we have to say right here at TikTok, and talking to him or bringing up to him a situation I had when I went on a date with another BLK man. Went out on a date, and as a sidebar, you got this wig right here. I had my person come drop me off from going to go shopping for my decorations for my new place and whatever I'm trying to spruce up, right? And we opened up the trunk to put my stuff in his trunk, and my wig was in there. And I was like, what the hell is my wig doing in your trunk? And I was like, oh my God, I was looking for it. Talk about laws of attraction. Again, this is a sidebar. I literally just yesterday was like, man, I need my, I was looking for, I was like, where is my wig? My other one. Because this is the band wig. I love this one. I always buy this one off of Amazon for $20, y'all. Just as a side note. Anyway, so sure enough, I took it off the trunk, washed her up real good, conditioned her, hung dry her so I could be able to log into log into work, log into Cammie, and so I did. And again, saw that live, and I want to come here and talk to you guys about. So for me, is chivalry gone bye-bye in men? I don't think so. I don't say get men. Men open up the door for me all the time. People open up the door for me all the time. I don't know if it's because I'm 4'11" and people look at that as some sense of a disability. I don't know. I don't know if it's because they think I'm cute. I mean, there's so many reasons and levels to this. I don't even know if I want to title this maybe pretty girl problems or pretty girl mode, because maybe sometimes certain women get certain treatment because they look. And again, this is not just for men, but to bring it to the point of this particular topic, for me, I never have an issue with even strange men. When I say strange men, strangers opening up the door for me. In fact, I'm so used to it and so spoiled by it, if you will. If a man is walking behind me, a single man, of course not with his wife or girlfriend, but if he's walking behind me and I see him, and it depends on the energy, because I'm a pretty decent reader of energy. If he happened to be walking up and it looks like it's his wife and she's smiling at me and she's giving me energy and he's just an overall gentleman and I'm like a few feet ahead of them, he will open up the door for both of us. And I can sense that in her, there's no jealousy, which is a whole other topic. I don't sense that she's like, you're opening up the door for her. She's actually proud, like, okay, you know what I mean? And there's no flirtation. It's just him simply being a gentleman. I say all that to say this. So I will wait by the door. If a single man is walking up, black, white, green, yellow, don't matter to me, and I'm walking, let's just say into a Starbucks, I've said this before, and Starbucks doors is heavy as hell, most of them. So I'm like, if I see a masculine man, or seemingly, a man period, because even it don't matter if he's masculine or not. Men naturally, right, biologically are seemingly physically stronger than women, right? So no matter what size that man is, he tends to be born with an extra amount of physical strength than a woman, right? So basically, I'll wait by the door. I'll wait by the door and I'll allow him, and this is a very key word here, I will allow him to open up the door. So just day before yesterday, I'm on the phone talking to a guy on the phone, We're chit-chatting it up for a minute. I tell him the story of one of my ex-lovers that I was with, who, when we first went out on a so-called date, I stood at the door and waited for him to open it. And I waited for him to open it, and he looked at me and rolled down the window, got out the car, and then rolled out the window. Well, rolled down the window. I still didn't open it, and then walked around and then said to me, what did he say? He said, "Oh, you one of them." Now, I've told this story before. And I was like, one of them? What does that mean? Also, I like to add in the bucket, I was raised by my great-grandparents, for those that know my story. But my uncles, my great-uncles, my cousins, men, the men in my family, my brothers, often, I don't want to use the word cater because that would be a bit much, but they definitely didn't let me carry anything heavy. They didn't let me, I was the little girl that was in the way. Okay, so a lot of stuff was done for me. It was like, get out the way, let the men handle it. Let you know. And I was like, I want to help. I want to do it. I want to do it. No, you see what I'm saying? So I even grew up with not necessarily a short woman's complex, but I grew up with like that attitude of like, I can do it, which helped me because it allowed me to become very independent and very resilient regarding the situations I had to go through in life. Speaking of which, for those that have been following me for a while, then you guys know I just came out of homelessness. 6 years homeless, a little bit before the pandemic, I became chronically homeless is what it's called. I was sleeping in my van. I made the best of it. Praise God, right? I did the best that I could with what I had. Tried to make it as pretty as pie. But at the same token, what was my standard that I kept? Even being a homeless woman, sometimes there was times where I showered. Well, most times I did shower. Now y'all know, y'all follow me. I was in the gym. I was wherever I could. But the point I'm saying, no matter how low I was, right, physically, I made sure that mentally I stayed with a standard. And that standard was, even in my circumstances, I'm still a lady. Even in my circumstances, I'm still special. I'm still precious. To who? To God. So people or men, primarily men, opening up a door for me, even through me being homeless, coming out of my van, walking into Starbucks to sit up and do videos for you guys. Remember, you guys was following me, to finesse, to go into Denny's, to go into IHOP, any 24-hour restaurant, wherever I went to frequent at, to do my thing, right? They were opening up the door for me. A man opening up the door for me is very spiritual and it's very symbolic because it's God's way. It's what I trust and know. It's God's way of it's not about a romantic thing as much as it is. It's God's way of letting me know that I'm taken care of. It's God's way of letting me know that I'm literally opening the door, opening up new doors for you. So when someone opened up the door for me, especially a man, I often feel not like, oh my God, he's being such a gentleman. I often feel like it's God's gentle way of letting me know just how precious and special I am to him, that he would protect me, look out for me, and keep me. Now, even as, and I got to take it all the way back, even as a 14-year-old runaway, I still had that standard. Men, boys, whatever would open the door for me. It is that little thing right there that has allowed me is to have and so some men, and maybe women are just like, oh, they just want a treatment. They just want to be whatever. But for me, it stands for so much more than a man just opening up the door, right? It's because, again, I'm used to it, and it's God's special way. And my experience or my understanding with the relationship or intimate relationship that I have with God, of that God is a gentleman to me. Jesus is a gentleman to me. You hear what I'm saying? He's gentle with me. He's kind with me. That's what opening up a door is. I've had a man, there was one day I had a fine ass brother, man, fine ass man. Ooh-wee, child, y'all. Come up to me. I was pumping my gas, homeless, pumping my gas in my van. And he walked up to me, well dressed. I don't know if he had a wedding ring on or not. He said, may I pump your gas for you? He said, you're so beautiful. May I pump your gas for you? I said, yes, you may. That man pumped my gas, went on about his business. He didn't ask me for my number. He didn't ask me for my whatever. I don't know if he was just God-led. You hear what I'm saying? So, to close this out, if you're asking the question, is it still out there? Yes, it is. There are still gentlemen out there. I also believe it depends on how you carry yourself, ladies, and or, because I was homeless, and or how I'll be back on it.